Hey y'all. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips, and you are experiencing a Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips transmission. Within Kingdom Things, actually Pajamas and Prophecy. This rendition is Pajamas and Prophecy, Kingdom Things podcast rendition edition. Within Kingdom Things podcast, I channel energies and messages from the oneness of all things, or our soul, my soul, my Akashic record, your Akashic record, the oneness of all things Akashic record. I publish these energies and messages within the Kingdom Things podcast content, as well as Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, which is another channel that is located on YouTube. It is linked below if you're watching on Spotify, as well if you're watching on YouTube. Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment is linked below. I use oracle cards to channel specific energies and messages from the galactic celestial creation to assist us, humankind, through our rapid ascension of our consciousness that we're currently experiencing. Within the Kingdom Things podcast, as well as Oneness Connection, as well as all of my other content, I channel energies and messages from the oneness of all things, or our soul, or the most high white light creator, or God, or source, prime source, again, in order to assist us with this rapid evolution of our consciousness. This is a Pajamas and Prophecy, Kingdom Things podcast, Pajamas and Prophecy edition. We are going to use some oracle cards as well. It's a celebration, y'all. It's a celebration. We're getting some really pretty cool prophecies. I want to say I started Kingdom Things podcast. It was an intuitive directive. To me, it was truly an intuitive mandate. You know, my soul was like, "Hey, Ashley, you need to become everything I created you to be." You know, I started a deep vow of zealotry, where I was going inside, spending 80% of my time with myself, meditating, praying a lot, healing, shadow work, crying, all the things, feeling all types of emotions, letting those emotions run through my body, and channeling energies from all over to get into further alignment with my existential truth, our existential truth. What is our existential truth, Ashley? I'm going to link below. The Human's Dharmic Purpose. It's a part of the We Are Not the Game series that I did within Kingdom Things podcast. It was a Kingdom Things podcast, as well as Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment collaboration. So you can find We Are Not the Game series on Kingdom Things podcast, as well as Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment. Again, KTP is available to stream on YouTube as well as Spotify. Energetic Upliftment, Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment is available to stream on YouTube, all for free. All of the content that I just listed are able to stream for free. For your, it's curated, created by the oneness of all things, or source, or God, or the Most High, to assist all of us. So we all have access to that content. I started my journey to remember who I am and my existential truths, to add to the potluck of the remembrance of humanity's existential truth. Our dharmic purpose as human beings of planet Earth is to balance and wield and master our extreme polarities of dark and light energy, or yin and yang energy. We call it good and bad energy, but truly there is no good, there is no bad. There are just energies on a spectrum of wholeness, and what we do with those energies is up to us as a species. Our human dharmic purpose is to balance out the yin and yang, good and bad, yin and yang, dark and, I'm not gonna say good and bad, the dark and light, yin and yang energies, the strict polarities of dark, light, yin and yang, balancing those out the way we live our lives and the way we relate with ourselves, our internal environment, strengthening the bond with our internal environment, or all things. Because we human beings of planet Earth, we are the stark polarity, yin and yang, dark, light, or the spectrum of all things. We exist to journey and be inquisitive about our journey with ourselves, strengthen our intimacy with ourselves, to strengthen our intimacy with the oneness of all things, or the divine, or God, or the Most High, or each other, as we are all dimensions of the God, the Most High, each other. I started the podcast. Human's dharmic purpose is to be a balancing force of dark and light energies. And we are in, congratulations, humanity of planet Earth, we've done it. We've graduated. We are divine beings, infinite potential beings of the oneness of all things. Prime source, most readily known as God, or the Most High, here in our reality, our dimension of creation, as human beings of planet Earth. I recently did a Kingdom Things Podcast weekly review. Within the Kingdom Things Podcast weekly reviews, I take clips from the Kingdom Things Podcast audio episodes. Within the audio episodes, I amalgamate different clips that I record throughout my journey of existence, wisdoms from the soul, experience from the soul, and put it in the Kingdom Things Podcast. Those are the audio editions. Those long audio podcasts are also channeled works, divine channel, universally channeled works, multiverse channeled works. So within the Kingdom Things Podcast weekly reviews, I take clips and I put them. I do a weekly review and I channel whatever Chakma, divine wisdom comes in those weekly reviews. The most recent weekly review that I did actually yesterday, November 11th, I spoke about communications that I had with the divine forces, a benevolent collective of civilization, a collective of beings, a civilization that utilizing the Kardashev scale as reference. The Kardashev scale is a scale that was channeled by the transcended, I believe he was a scientist. He was in a professional field, either a doctor or a scientist. Forgive me for not having the specifics, remembering the specifics. I think his doctor, Dr. Kardashev, his last name is Kardashev. He channeled an outline for understandings for human culture of planet Earth when it comes to extraterrestrial civilizations and the progression of evolution of these extraterrestrial civilizations. The Kardashev scale states that you can determine the evolutionary status of celestial civilizations by the amount of energy that the celestial, we are a celestial civilization, dear humanity, human beings of planet Earth. We are a civilization amongst the stars. We are a celestial civilization. The Kardashev scale states that you are able to determine the status of the celestial civilization's evolutionary growth by the amount of energy that the celestial civilization is able to harness. So I was speaking about that. I was telling a story in the Kingdom Things Podcast weekly review. I'll link it below. I was telling the story about how I, using my extrasensory perceptive spiritual gifts that stem from being connected in the spectrum of dark and light, yin and yang extremes of energies, being connected by deepening the intimacy with myself, my soul. We call them soul gifts or extrasensory perception. I was connecting with an interdimensional, celestial, etheric, collect civilization that stated that they were a type 10 civilization with referencing the Kardashev scale. And they wanted to make a, poignant point of saying that the Kardashev scale not to be so fixated on what exactly you'll find within a type 1, type 2, type 3, or type 10 scale civilization. It's more of the understanding that we're able to grow and evolve. We were created to grow and evolve. We exist amongst an infinite benevolent creation that works for our evolution, that works for our growth. Is the creation in which we dwell amongst, within, and as, most readily known as God or the Most High. An infinite creation. We are microcosms of this macrocosm. So we are infinite creation. We are a mirror of infinite creation. Why, Ashley? Because the human dharmic purpose is to hold the energies, access the energies of the dark, light, yin and yang, stark polarities. And I channeled within the podcast from my soul, from our wisdom, from our soul, from our wisdom, from the oneness of all things, that polar aspects were created, came into formation to truly be harmonizing aspects, such as we see within the toroidal field. We don't want to imagine that. But the toroidal field, what does it do? It works harmoniously to create a magnetic field, to create an energetic field of oneness. So our stark polarity of yin and yang, dark, light energies that we embody and are able to access, signify our mirrors, our dimensionality of being a microcosm of the macrocosm. So we have some prophecies that are going to be channeled through myself transcendentally. So I will close my eyes. These channelings are coming from infinite creation of the oneness of all things, benevolent energies, forces that are working and working with and as the human being of planet Earth, working with and as us, as all is one, to see through the evolution of the human being of planet Earth into a type 2 civilization, which is, with referencing the Kardashev scale, a type 2 civilization within 1,000 years, within a millennia. I want to reference the Kingdom Things Podcast 2033 prophecy. I channeled a prophecy. We channeled a prophecy because truly all is one. I'm being utilized as a spokesperson or a messenger to share this prophecy that we all co-created. You know, we all co-created. I'm being utilized. I came into creation to share this prophecy with reality in which we all co-created. By the year 2033, we will be a human culture of planet Earth with no disease, no death, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, as disease, death, war, famine, poverty were all creations, manifestations of a less evolved, less awakened human culture of planet Earth. We are awakening once again, dear human beings of planet Earth, because this is not the first time that we have. Ooh, this download is really cool. This is not the first space in the time-space paradigm in which we have awakened to our existential truth, in which we have been in alignment with being. I'm perceiving we've evolved as far as a type, referencing the Kardashev scale, as far as a type 4 civilization. Humanity of planet Earth, we, us, you, I, our ancestry, we are one with our ancestry. Why? Because our DNA is riddled, is our ancestry. We came into manifestation through the lineage of our ancestry. We have been a type 4 civilizations as human beings on planet Earth. This understanding is outside of the... Ooh, baby, this baby new. Okay, ooh. This understanding is outside of our time-space paradigm of reality. The understanding. Okay? All right. The wisdoms, the understanding, the remembrance, the energies, the beingness of us, humanity, human beings of planet Earth, evolving, surpassing a type 4 civilization as referencing the Kardashev scale. I'm now getting surpassing a type 4 civilization. It's outside of our paradigm of time and space. This is why we perceive finity or finite, or this is why we fought for resources. This is why we warred, because we were in a stark paradigm of time and space, and which was manifested by the makings of us, of our ancestral lineage. And what did we just channel? Our ancestral lineage is how we came into fruition. We came in to creation through our ancestral lineage. We manifested, we are, because of our ancestral lineage, the time-space paradigm in which separated us, created the illusion of separation from a human culture of planet Earth, surpassing a type 4 civilization with referencing the Kardashev scale. Is a realization in which we are aligning with now. Because why, Ashley? Because we have healed our ancestral lineage by, as a collective, choosing unconditional love, or choosing to hold ourselves through our darkness, choosing to face our darkness to shine light on our darkness, to become what more? To understand that our darkness, or our ancestral lineage, or our suffering, or our famine, our disease, our poverty, our war, our death, and everything else that we perceive and created under the illusion of separation from all things, or infinity, or God, or the Most High, was Chakma, or divine wisdom, in the making for us to get to this space in reality and look at ourselves and ask ourselves, who do we want to be? And choose to be more by going within, which brings me to the Kingdom Things podcast, plus Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment. Call to action. Sit with yourself, meditate for at least 30 minutes a day, every day, with no expectations. Just ask yourself, soul, what do I need to know? And wait for the answers to come into alignment with a more infinite, more soul-aligned, more abundant, more balanced dimension of you, version of yourself. As we are on a journey of existence, dear ones, where there is no finish line, but we are in constant and perpetual evolution for infinity. This is what existence is. Before, when we perceived death and we died, we were truly only becoming into a new experience, transcending into a new experience to continue our perpetual evolution and growth. So there's a couple more things that are going to be channeled transcendentally. So I'm going to close my eyes. You're welcome to close your eyes as well to feel any energies that are intended and came into fruition and are meant to assist you with knocking through any dense energies or karmic knots within yourself, to help you get into alignment with your most high potentials, or your God, Goddess, infinite potentials, or your intentions before you incarnated, or your highest timeline, benevolent highest timeline for the upliftment of all things. I'm gonna pull a couple of cards before we go, or whatever comes out before we get into the transcendental channel. I'm using Alana Fairchild Rumi Oracle Pocket Edition, An Invitation into the Heart of the Divine, artwork by Razuli. I'm being guided just to take this first card on top of the deck here. Passion for purpose. Passion for purpose. Love like life flows through the heart. Love like life flows through the heart. Your heart is questing for deeper meaning. It desires certainty as to your sacred task for this lifetime. I call to you now, the you that is beyond your mind, the you that is your heart. To that you, I ask, what stirs the passions of your nature? Do that, be that. Dear human beings of planet Earth, you are galactic beings of monumental proportion. We've seen nothing like this, and we don't say this to bolster or intensify your sense of self. We say this to welcome you into the fold of all things, so that you know your newness is not so new in the way that as we glean your experience, your evolution, dear human beings of planet Earth, you are teaching and growing infinite creation, many other dimensions of creation. Even with being, you are not the new kids on the block. You are not the new kids on the block, as you embody wisdoms far beyond your understanding of reality, far beyond our understanding of reality, as well as you have encapsulated, evolved into, become a species in which is a forever shifting mirror. Every glance in the mirror, there is something new to glean about the self, the all, or you and I, the oneness of all things. You are afforded a rich experience as being humans of planet Earth, as coming into creation as humans of planet Earth. A richness that we get to share with you, as your richness is our richness, and our richness is your richness, as we become We emit energies of our becoming that share and permeate and multiply and regenerate and uplift and evolve existence, or God, the Most High, White Light Creator Energy. You are welcome, dear humanity. We understand your trepidations as you are becoming new things, and your heart spaces are feeling energies and being energies that your heart has never felt and been before. Be patient with yourselves as we are being patient with ourselves, as we are patient with you. That compassion, or the understanding that everything that we experience as a collective called the Most High, or God, or the oneness of all things, is to grow and evolve us into more, into unconditional love, or a bond, a benevolence, in which our neighbors' griefs and strifes are a mirror of our own potentials to grow and evolve. And as we can perceive our neighbors' griefs and strifes and grow and evolve through that mirror, we provide wellness, remedies, and balance to allow for the upliftment for our neighbors, for the upliftment of ourselves, the upliftment of all things. Thank you, Ashley. Deep breath. Give me a second, y'all. I'm super glad, super excited that y'all dropped into this Kingdom Things podcast, Pajamas and Prophecy. I'm gonna get a little candid because I think it's due. I think a lot of the times in the spiritual community, or any community in existence, we shrink our personal experience as if our personal experience isn't valuable. We like to scapegoat the ego by using the ego to justify why we don't appreciate or feel into or reflect, introspect on our own personal experiences. I know who I am in God, I know that I'm all things. And I know the power of being all things. And the responsibility that comes with remembering that you're all things. The transmission said it very well. Being compassionate with ourselves, with each other, being patient with ourselves and each other. Because we are new territory. We are new horizons. We're activating into new dimensions of consciousness. We feel like a new species. Just as I channeled earlier, outside of our paradigm of who we thought we were, our ancestral forces or mirrors of us or other dimensions of us that have been where we currently are. And just with likening, drawing a comparison to the Fibonacci sequence, we are on the spiral of evolution on a stage or a level where we look up and down and it looks like a flat terrain, flat surface. But it's understanding nothing is ever flat. We're always only experiencing a dimension in which we've experienced before somewhere in the space of infinity. We get to make new choices of who we want to be by using our heart spaces as our moral compass, by using our heart spaces as our directional force to help guide us to who we want to be, using that intimacy that we garner with ourselves as our teacher, our guidance system. Our truth. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me on this Kingdom Things podcast, Pajamas and Prophecies. My name is Ashley-Nicole Phillips. I am a channel for the divine, just like you. I channel energies and messages to help the oneness of all things, or human beings, or every dimension of creation evolve into more of our infinite creation. Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available on YouTube and Spotify. Like, subscribe, follow Kingdom Things Podcast on Spotify, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook. Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment on YouTube. It's where I channel celestial galactic energies to help us through this time. Subscribe, like if you're watching on Oneness Connection. I am going to upload this on Oneness Connection as well. I'm also a singer-songwriter. I really enjoy singing and creating music. My music, Ashley-Nicole Music, is available to stream on YouTube. That is linked below. So many genres, so many energies and lyrics and words, incantations that I've evolved with and that I use to manifest wellness for myself or for all things. Ashley-Nicole Music is available on YouTube, again, linked below. I also enjoy cooking. I am a home cook, where we cook, we talk, whatever. I intuitively cook. Okay, so whatever the heart, the soul says, put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish, that's what we put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish. I have the shorts, where it's the 60-second renditions, where we cook things in 60 seconds. And we have the longer takes, where we talk, we kiki, we laugh, we joke, we have a good time. Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is linked below. Available to stream for free on YouTube. Last but certainly not in the least, I am an author. I authored the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, which was gifted to me to share with this realm of reality to help us through this time of our consciousness expansion. It's a 3-part book series. The first 2 parts, Asia's story. Asia is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed to her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallways of her school Manhattan Prep. She gets kidnapped by Chase's dad's goons. She goes through all types of other stuff. She ends up homeless, but she ends up staying with the house of people, kids her age, around her age, you know. And that doesn't truly matter the most, but they're remembered like her. So they're coming into the existential truths like her, and it helps her foster and garner her alignment with her soul or her existential truths. Asia's story is the first 2 parts of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. The 3rd part is My Other Half. My Other Half is introduced in Asia's universe. Y'all gotta go read the book to see how. The 3rd part is introduced in Asia's universe. My Other Half is a book on its own. You can go read it by itself and you get it 100%. But My Other Half was introduced in Asia's story. My Other Half is about 2 souls, the twin flame story, the divine counterpart journey back home to God's story. One energy incarnates in 2 bodies over many lifetimes, many love stories. These 2 people know they're supposed to co-create this soul. These 2 people know they're supposed to co-create a love and life together. But each lifetime, the consciousness evolution of the human species says that their love can't work. They will co-create a love and a life together. Which love, which life, under which circumstances? That is the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. We're going to roll into the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel trailer right now, so you can kind of get a glimpse of the whole thing. Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is now available in the Amazon bookstore. The first 2, well, you can get all of them. You can either get all digital, 3 separate parts, or all physical, which is 2 parts, 2 books. $29.97 for all digital, $29.98 for all physical, 2 books. Link below. Excuse me. Let's roll into the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love, because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are loving your truth. Choose give that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because it helps you, assists you with discerning who you want to be next in your most infinite truths, most well-balanced truths, most abundant truths. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye. My name is Asia, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed. My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asia, followed by the story of Asia, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book. After returning from the day's trip, I have read my Atom's letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and the fate of death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which there is no state to decline.
My Other Half, available in the Amazon bookstore. I feel as though I was born here on earth to find you. I was created to find my person. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore.